Ladies and gentlemen, your kidneys are silent workers. They don't complain, they don't warn you loudly, and they don't demand attention until the damage is already done. Every single day, these small but mighty organs filter your blood, remove toxins, balance fluids, regulate blood pressure, and keep your body in harmony. Yet many people unknowingly attack their kidneys 3 times a day, with their plate. What you eat is either medicine or poison. There is no neutral ground. And the tragedy is that many of the foods damaging kidney health are not rare, exotic, or extreme. They are common, familiar, comfortable. They sit on dining tables, in lunchboxes, and inside cravings we justify as normal. Highly processed foods are one of the biggest enemies of kidney health. They are loaded with sodium, preservatives, artificial flavor enhancers, and chemical additives that force the kidneys into overdrive. When sodium intake is excessive, the kidneys struggle to maintain fluid balance, blood pressure rises, and the filtration system begins to wear down. Over time, this constant pressure weakens kidney function and increases the risk of chronic disease. Sugary drinks may taste refreshing, but they silently create chaos inside the body. Excess sugar spikes blood glucose levels, increasing the risk of diabetes, one of the leading causes of kidney failure worldwide. When blood sugar remains high, it damages the tiny blood vessels in the kidneys, reducing their ability to filter waste effectively. What feels like a moment of pleasure can turn into years of medical struggle. Red and processed meats also take a heavy toll. These foods are high in protein, saturated fats, and phosphorus additives. When consumed excessively, they increase acid load in the body, forcing the kidneys to work harder to restore balance. Over time, this stress accelerates kidney decline, especially in individuals already at risk. Too much protein is not strength, it's strain. Your kidneys are silent warriors, working day and night without applause or recognition. They do not demand attention, they do not send loud warnings, and they do not stop functioning just because you ignore them. Every minute they filter your blood, remove waste, balance fluids, regulate minerals, and help control blood pressure. Yet the danger lies in their silence. Because they suffer quietly, many people continue habits that slowly weaken these vital organs without realizing the damage being done. What you eat every single day has a direct impact on how your kidneys perform. Food is not just fuel, it is information. Each bite sends a message to your body, either supporting balance or creating stress. When meals are built around processed ingredients, excess salt, sugar, and unhealthy fats, the kidneys are forced to work overtime. This constant strain may not show immediate symptoms, but inside, the filtration system begins to wear down. Many people believe kidney problems only appear suddenly or are caused solely by genetics. In reality, kidney damage often develops gradually, shaped by daily choices. The foods consumed at breakfast, lunch, and dinner quietly determine whether the kidneys are being nourished or attacked. Over time, repeated exposure to harmful substances thickens blood, raises pressure, and reduces the kidney's ability to cleanse toxins efficiently. One of the greatest dangers is excess sodium. Salt causes the body to retain water, increasing blood volume and pressure. This puts extra force on the delicate blood vessels inside the kidneys. As pressure rises, these vessels begin to weaken, reducing filtration strength. What starts as mild fluid retention can evolve into chronic kidney stress if left unchecked. Sugar presents another silent threat. High sugar intake raises blood glucose levels, damaging tiny kidney filters known as nephrons. When these filters are injured, waste begins to accumulate in the bloodstream. Over time, this damage becomes irreversible, leading to declining kidney performance. Sweet cravings may feel harmless in the moment, but the long-term cost can be severe. Unhealthy fats and overly rich foods contribute to inflammation throughout the body. Inflammation restricts blood flow and limits oxygen delivery to vital organs, including the kidneys. When kidneys are deprived of proper circulation, their ability to repair and regenerate diminishes. The result is gradual weakness, not sudden collapse. The most dangerous aspect of kidney damage is that symptoms often appear late. Fatigue, swelling, and changes in urination usually surface only after significant damage has occurred. By the time warning signs become obvious, the kidneys may already be struggling to keep up. This is why awareness is crucial. You cannot wait for pain to guide you, you must act on knowledge. Hydration also plays a vital role. When the body lacks sufficient water, toxins become more concentrated, forcing the kidneys to work harder to flush them out. Chronic dehydration thickens the blood and eases the risk of kidney stones and reduced filtration efficiency. Something as simple as inadequate water intake can slowly sabotage kidney health. The encouraging truth is that your kidneys are resilient. They respond positively to care, balance, and intentional living. When harmful foods are reduced and nourishing choices increase, the kidneys regain strength. Whole foods, natural hydration, and mindful eating send powerful signals of healing to the body. Protecting your kidneys is not about fear, it is about respect. Respect for the body's design, respect for daily discipline, and respect for the future you want to live. Every healthy decision is an investment. What you choose today determines how well your kidneys will serve you tomorrow. Processed and high-sodium foods place an enormous burden on the kidneys, often without people realizing it. These foods are designed for convenience, long shelf life, and intense flavor, but they come at a hidden cost. Every time heavily processed meals are consumed, the kidneys are forced into overdrive, working harder than they were ever meant to. What seems quick and harmless on the outside creates stress and imbalance deep within the body. The kidneys rely on a delicate balance of minerals and fluids to function properly. Sodium disrupts that balance. When sodium intake is high, the body retains water to dilute it, increasing blood volume. This rise in volume elevates blood pressure, and the kidneys must filter blood under greater force. Over time, this constant pressure damages the tiny filtering units responsible for cleansing the bloodstream. The damage is gradual, silent, and often ignored until it becomes serious. Many processed foods contain sodium levels far beyond what the body requires. Packaged snacks, canned soups, frozen meals, fast food, sauces, and instant foods are all saturated with salt. Even foods that do not taste salty may contain hidden sodium, used as a preservative or flavor enhancer. The danger lies in repetition. When these foods are eaten daily, the kidneys never get a chance to rest or recover. As kidney filters weaken, waste and excess fluids begin to accumulate in the body. This can lead to swelling in the hands, feet, and face, increased fatigue, and difficulty regulating blood pressure. But long before these symptoms appear, internal damage is already taking place. The kidneys are being pushed beyond their capacity, slowly losing efficiency with every high-sodium meal. Processed foods also contain artificial additives, stabilizers, and chemical preservatives. These substances are foreign to the body and must be filtered out as toxins. The kidneys take on this responsibility, but repeated exposure increases toxic load. Instead of focusing on essential functions like balancing electrolytes and removing natural waste, the kidneys are distracted by constant chemical cleanup. Another overlooked issue is the lack of potassium and fiber in processed diets. Natural whole foods help counterbalance sodium by supporting fluid regulation and healthy blood flow. When these protective nutrients are missing, sodium's impact becomes even more destructive. The kidneys are left unprotected, facing increased strain without nutritional support. People often underestimate how quickly processed foods add up. One meal may not cause noticeable harm, but daily reliance creates a cumulative effect. Breakfast sandwiches, packaged snacks, fast food lunches, and ready-made dinners form a cycle that keeps sodium levels elevated around the clock. The kidneys are never allowed to reset. What makes this especially dangerous is how normalized processed foods have become. They are marketed as affordable, accessible, and time-saving. Yet convenience today can translate into medical complications tomorrow. Kidney disease does not happen overnight. It is built through years of overload and neglect. The powerful truth is that the kidneys respond quickly when sodium intake is reduced. Lowering processed food consumption allows blood pressure to stabilize, fluid balance to improve, and kidney filters to function more efficiently. Fresh foods, herbs, natural spices, and home-prepared meals give the kidneys a break they desperately need. Choosing less processed food is not about restriction. It is about liberation. It frees the kidneys from constant stress and allows the body to operate as designed. Every reduction in sodium is a signal of relief. Every whole food choice is an act of protection. Your kidneys are always responding to what you eat. When you overload them, they weaken. When you support them, they strengthen. The decision is made daily, meal by meal, choice by choice. Excess sugar has a powerful and often underestimated impact on kidney health. While sugar is commonly associated with weight gain or energy crashes, its deeper damage occurs silently within the body, especially in the kidneys. When sugar is consumed in large amounts, blood glucose levels rise sharply, forcing the kidneys to filter excess glucose from the bloodstream. This constant pressure gradually damages the delicate filtering units that keep the blood clean. Over time, elevated blood sugar injures the tiny blood vessels that supply the kidneys. These vessels are essential for proper filtration, and when they weaken, the kidneys lose their ability to remove waste efficiently. This process does not happen overnight. It unfolds slowly, often without pain or obvious warning signs, making it easy to overlook until significant damage has already occurred. Sugary foods and beverages place the greatest strain on kidney health because liquid sugar enters the bloodstream rapidly. Soft drinks, sweetened juices, energy drinks, and flavored coffees cause sudden spikes in blood sugar levels. Each spike triggers stress inside the kidneys, increasing inflammation and oxidative damage. Repeated exposure compounds the harm, turning occasional indulgence into long-term risk. High sugar intake is also closely linked to insulin resistance and diabetes, which remains one of the leading causes of kidney failure worldwide. When insulin no longer regulates blood sugar effectively, glucose remains elevated for extended periods. This creates a toxic environment for kidney tissue, accelerating deterioration of kidney filters and increasing protein leakage into the urine. Another hidden danger of sugar is its role in dehydration. Excess glucose pulls water from cells, increasing urine output and fluid loss. This forces the kidneys to work harder under dehydrated conditions, further intensifying strain. Chronic dehydration reduces the kidney's ability to flush toxins, leading to higher concentrations of waste in the blood. What makes sugar especially deceptive is how deeply it is embedded in modern diets. It hides in foods labeled as healthy, including cereals, yogurt, sauces, and even packaged bread. Without awareness, people consume far more sugar than they realize, unknowingly placing their kidneys at risk. The encouraging reality is that reducing sugar intake can quickly improve kidney function. Stabilizing blood sugar reduces inflammation, protects blood vessels, and allows kidney filters to recover. Choosing whole foods, natural sweetness, and balanced meals sends a powerful signal of healing throughout the body. Protecting kidney health begins with awareness. Every reduction in sugar is a step towards stronger kidneys, better filtration, and long-term vitality. High protein intake and frequent consumption of fried foods can quietly place excessive strain on the kidneys. While protein is essential for building and repairing the body, too much of it, especially from animal sources, creates a heavy workload for the kidneys. When protein is broken down, it produces waste products that must be filtered from the blood. Excessive amounts force the kidneys to work harder and faster, accelerating wear on the filtration system. Many people associate high-protein diets with strength and fitness, but balance is often overlooked. Constantly overloading the body with protein increases acid production, disrupting the body's natural pH balance. The kidneys are responsible for restoring this balance, and prolonged stress can weaken their ability to function efficiently. Over time, this may contribute to declining kidney performance, particularly in individuals already at risk. Fried foods introduce another layer of harm. These foods are high in unhealthy fats that promote inflammation throughout the body. Inflammation narrows blood vessels and reduces circulation, limiting the supply of oxygen and nutrients to the kidneys. When kidney tissue is deprived of proper blood flow, its ability to repair and regenerate diminishes. Fried foods also contribute to weight gain and high cholesterol, both of which negatively affect kidney health. Excess body weight increases blood pressure, while high cholesterol restricts blood flow. Together they create a hostile environment for kidney function. The kidneys are forced to filter blood under poor conditions, increasing the risk of damage. Another concern is the oils used in frying. Repeatedly heated oils become oxidized, producing toxic compounds that the kidneys must eliminate. These toxins add to the body's chemical burden, distracting the kidneys from their essential roles and increasing long-term stress. Portion size and frequency matter. Occasional indulgence may not cause immediate harm, but regular consumption compounds the effects. When high-protein meals and fried foods become daily habits, the kidneys rarely experience relief. The damage accumulates quietly until symptoms appear. The good news is that moderation restores balance. Choosing lean protein sources, plant-based options, and healthier cooking methods reduces kidney strain. Baking, steaming, and grilling preserve nutrients without introducing harmful fats. Your kidneys thrive on balance, not extremes. When food choices support circulation, reduce inflammation, and minimize waste buildup, kidney strength improves. Every mindful adjustment creates space for healing and long-term resilience. Dehydration and toxin buildup play a major role in the gradual weakening of the kidneys. Water is essential for flushing waste from the bloodstream. And when the body does not receive enough fluids, toxins become more concentrated. This forces the kidneys to work harder under strained conditions, increasing the risk of damage over time. What many people overlook is that dehydration does not always feel extreme. Mild, ongoing dehydration can be just as harmful. When fluid levels are low, blood volume decreases and circulation slows. This limits the amount of oxygen and nutrients delivered to the kidneys, reducing their ability to function efficiently. As waste products accumulate, the kidneys struggle to maintain balance, leading to increased stress on the filtration system. Over time, this can reduce kidney efficiency and contribute to long-term dysfunction. Toxins enter the body in many forms, including processed foods, environmental pollutants, medications, alcohol, and chemical additives. The kidneys act as a filtration barrier, removing these harmful substances from the blood. When toxin exposure is constant, the kidneys are pushed beyond their natural capacity. Instead of maintaining balance, they are forced into a defensive mode, dealing with overload rather than preservation. Alcohol is particularly damaging when hydration is poor. It acts as a diuretic, increasing fluid loss while adding toxic byproducts that must be filtered. This combination accelerates kidney strain, especially when alcohol intake becomes frequent. Over time, the kidneys lose their ability to regulate fluids and electrolytes effectively. Another hidden contributor is excessive use of certain medications. Pain relievers and some over-the-counter drugs place direct stress on kidney tissue when used regularly without adequate hydration. The kidneys must filter these compounds, and repeated exposure can lead to inflammation and reduced function. The danger of dehydration and toxin buildup lies in how easily they are ignored. Fatigue, headaches, and reduced focus are often dismissed as normal, while they may signal that the kidneys are struggling. Because symptoms appear gradually, many people do not recognize the warning signs until damage has progressed. The solution begins with consistent hydration and awareness. Drinking enough clean water helps dilute toxins, supports circulation, and allows the kidneys to flush waste efficiently. Reducing toxin intake through cleaner food choices, moderation, and mindful medication use gives the kidneys relief. Your kidneys depend on balance and flow. When hydration is consistent and toxin exposure is reduced, they regain strength, clarity, and resilience, supporting the body's overall health. Healthy food choices have the power to restore, protect, and strengthen kidney function over time. The body responds quickly to nourishment that supports balance rather than strain. When the diet shifts away from harmful substances and toward whole, natural foods, the kidneys experience relief almost immediately. Blood pressure stabilizes, inflammation decreases, and filtration efficiency improves. Foods rich in natural nutrients support kidney repair by reducing toxic load and improving circulation. Fresh vegetables, fruits in moderation, whole grains, and healthy fats provide the minerals and antioxidants the kidneys need to function effectively. These foods help regulate electrolytes, support blood vessel health, and reduce oxidative stress that damages kidney tissue. One of the most important benefits of healthy eating is reduced sodium intake. Natural foods contain lower levels of sodium, while providing potassium and fiber that counterbalance fluid retention. This allows the kidneys to maintain proper fluid balance without excessive effort. Over time, blood pressure becomes easier to control, and kidney filters remain protected. Healthy choices also help stabilize blood sugar levels. Balanced meals prevent glucose spikes that damage kidney blood vessels. When blood sugar remains stable, kidney tissue experiences less stress and greater opportunity for repair. This is especially important for individuals at risk of metabolic disorders. Plant-based foods play a significant role in kidney protection. They reduce acid load, lower inflammation, and ease filtration demands. When animal protein is consumed in moderation and paired with plant foods, the kidneys are less burdened and more efficient. Consistency is key. One healthy meal does not undo years of damage, but daily commitment creates powerful change. The kidneys respond to patterns, not perfection. Each nourishing choice compounds, gradually rebuilding strength and resilience. Hydration enhances the impact of healthy eating. Adequate water intake supports waste removal, improves circulation, and allows nutrients to reach kidney tissue efficiently. Together, food and hydration form the foundation of kidney restoration. The most powerful truth is that healing begins with choice. You are not locked into decline. Your kidneys are capable of recovery when given support. Every mindful decision sends a signal of renewal, proving that long-term kidney health is built one choice at a time.